Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me. And for you new viewers, thanks so much for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. Today we have the, drum roll please, lightest G-Shock square in the world. Well, it's the lightest men's G-Shock square. I'm sure there are other smaller and lighter women's square models, but for the guys, it doesn't get any lighter than this. Let's check this thing out. All right, guys, as usual, we'll get into this thing, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. I do get a very small commission from Amazon. Now, when I say very small, guys, I mean like almost infinitesimal. I mean, it's really, really small, but I do get a very small commission from my Amazon store if you buy any watch on there, so I definitely appreciate it. So this is JDM packaging. Now for you new viewers, JDM stands for Japanese Domestic Market, and because this watch is really only supposed to be sold in Japan, this is G-Shock's JDM packaging. So let's go ahead and take off the outer sleeve here. There you go. It's kind of got like a leather type of, print to it. There you go. I've already taken the watch out and done some other stuff, so here is your first look at it. Really, really cool watch from G-Shock, man. Super, super cool. And this is the updated version, and I'll explain all that here in just a second. You get a little foam piece. You get the manual. This is the 3495. So these module numbers are really close together in number sequence. So this is actually replacing the 3159, and there's another module, the 3459, that I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But the module numbers are really, really close in number, so it can get a little bit confusing. So there's that. Here is the hang tag. There you go. Now the main difference is you'll see there's a U right there where my finger is. That's the main difference. I'm sorry, right there. That's the difference, and I'll explain the actual differences in the module here in just a second. Here's another little tag that comes on the strap right there. You can see, you can't read Japanese, but that stands for multi-band 6. So you can get atomic signals from all the different radio stations around the world, which is pretty cool. Now, some Citizen models, I believe you can only get in the radio signal in Japan, but I've never seen a G-Shock where you can't get the radio signal from every tower in the world. So that's pretty cool. All right. And of course, just some more foam and some other stuff. All right, let's put all this stuff up. Let me tell you more about this watch. And of course, I'll tell you all the 7 specs you need to know. Then I'll put all the rest down there in the description field for you. I like this this JDM packaging, man. Pretty cool. All right. All right, so before we get into all the different specs, here are the major changes from the 3159 module. And I have to give G Central credit for all of this information. I didn't look this up. They did all the hard work on this. So with this new one, you're getting a full auto LED backlight, which means when you tilt the watch, the actual backlight comes on. It's now adjustable from 1.5 to 3 seconds, whereas the old version only had a 1.5 second non-adjustable afterglow. And notice, and I'll show you a little bit later, this is one of those instant on lights, instant on, instant off. It doesn't fade in and fade out like some of the other modules. And again, those module numbers could be a little bit confusing because they're so close together. This one gives you the current time display in stopwatch and countdown timer mode. 24-hour countdown timer is settable in units of seconds. So you can have like a 10-second timer or a 30-second timer, not just hours and minutes. You get an adjustable date format from either month, day, day, or day, day, month. And of course, you can adjust the day of week language on there as well. And you can basically go back to the home screen by holding the mode button down for 1 second. Some of the other G-Shock models do that as well. So if you press and hold this, it'll automatically go back to timekeeping mode. So if you're in any other menu and you press and hold that, you can instantly jump back to basically square one. So now, again, this is a little bit confusing, so just kind of bear with me. All right, so this is the new 3495 module, and just like the old 3159 module that this replaces, this does not have Bluetooth. Some of the other modules, like the 3459, let me show you this one right here, that has the Bluetooth module in it, as well as this one with the combi bracelet right there. That also has Bluetooth as well. This does not have Bluetooth. It has everything else pretty much, except for it does not have Bluetooth. It has, solar power, it has atomic timekeeping, but it's just missing that Bluetooth function. And obviously it's insanely light. I think G-Shock is stating 47 grams. I think I weighed this earlier and it almost came in at 45 grams, either 45 or 46, so it's still incredibly light. I love also the fact that anything metal on the watch is titanium. That includes the buckle, that includes the pushers there on the side, that includes the case back and any screws back there too. So those 4 screws, that's all titanium. So they were really going for, the lightest absolute men's G-square they could possibly make. And of course you've got over here on the strap. Now I think also the writing on the strap is a little bit different from the previous model. I can't remember exactly how it's different, but it's a little bit different. You got carbon fiber right there. Of course you can see the carbon fiber right there. And on the back of the strap, it's got a really nice kind of texture to it. So this is a carbon fiber inlay. This is on both sides. There you go. And you got a really nice carbon fiber keeper. There you go. And of course, here is the titanium buckle, highly polished by the way, but this is titanium. And then you've got shock resistant multiband 6 on the other side of the strap. And this bezel is almost translucent. I mean, it's not totally see-through, but I don't know if the light's picking it up, the camera's picking it up, but it's a little bit translucent, which is pretty cool. And of course, you don't see any Bluetooth on there on the dial. Because again, this isn't a Bluetooth model. So, but man, this thing is, this is just insanely light. And what I'll do is I'll weigh this and compare it to the other two that I brought out. The one thing I don't like about this, well, actually there's 2 things. I'm so used to that kind of fade in, fade out LED light on this model. And I'll put these model numbers up here in just a second. On the all metal, I like that light. I don't know, I'm just used to kind of the fade in, fade out. So that's really the only, that and the fact that it is kind of stiff. I mean, it's a brand new watch, so it's going to be a little bit stiffer. The strap has to wear in a little bit, but the strap is not going to get that much softer because it is, it does have a carbon fiber insert, and carbon fiber is not exactly the softest material or the most malleable material in the world. So it's not going to get but so soft. But the trade-off is you don't feel this on your wrist at all. And guys, when I say you don't feel it, literally, I've worn it and I've forgotten it's there. I mean, you really forget that the watch is there, but it's not the most comfortable. And I have to admit, guys, the most comfortable is actually this one. I'll put these model numbers up here in just a second when I weigh them. But this one with the combi bracelet is absolutely the most comfortable G-Shock I own. I love it, absolutely love it. I love the weight of the all steel. I just like its heft, but just for pure comfort, this combi bracelet model is the absolute most comfortable G-Shock I have. Now, another thing about this one, if you like to show off your watches, and, some people do, unless you're really in the know about G-squares, people are not going to know what this watch is. They're not going to know it's the lightest G-square model you can buy. And, some people care about that. Some people, don't. I really don't care. If somebody notices it, great. If they don't, I mean, I know how cool it is. So that's kind of really, all that matters to me. So, all right, let's go ahead and weigh these things. All right, so first of all, let me put the model number up here for the all metal. All right, there's the all metal. Here is the one with the combi bracelet. There you go. All right, let's go ahead and weigh these out. So first, let's do the all metal. Let me get my handy dandy scale here. All right, turn it on. Great scale, by the way. This thing can weigh up to 22 pounds, by the way. All right. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Yep, there you go. All right. So let's go ahead and reset it. So let's weigh the all metal. She's looking at 165 grams. So there's the all metal. Let's do the combi bracelet version. So you're looking at 84 grams. And now take a look at the brand new carbon fiber version. Told you, man, 46 grams. It kind of hovers between 45 and 46. See, guys, I told you 45 or 46 grams, and G-Shock actually has it at 47 grams. So, man, it just doesn't get any lighter than this. Obviously, they have the titanium versions of these. Those are, I think, if I remember correctly, I'll have to double check. Those are about 30 or 40 grams lighter than the all metals, but nowhere near, obviously, the weight of this carbon fiber version. So, I mean, if you want the lightest G Square in the world, this is definitely it. Again, there's some, women's models that are a little bit lighter just because they're smaller. But, for a man, it doesn't get any lighter than this. So really, really cool watch. Is a watch that, again, it's comfortable. It is comfortable. But this strap, guys, the strap is a little stiff for me. Just, it's just a personal opinion. The strap is just a tad stiff. Not a huge deal. But, it's so cool looking too. Again, that translucent dial, that bezel around that dial looks really, really neat. All right, so let me go ahead and try this thing on real quick. And I do like the keeper on this one. That's kind of a funny feature that you wouldn't think people would actually like. But the keeper on this thing is incredibly smooth to move back and forth. So it does make it a pleasure to put the watch on. All right, there you go. There it is on my 8-inch wrist. There you go. A little shinier than most G-Shock squares. Pretty cool. Now let me show you the lume difference between this one and one of the other ones. All right, so let me show you. All right, let me go ahead and kill everything. All right, so when you tilt this one, this is one of the new features that it has, the auto LED backlight. So when you tilt it, light comes on instantly, and then it goes out instantly. Let me show you again. There you go. Now compare that to the all metal with a different module in it. See how the all metal kind of fades in and fades out? Where this one's instant on, instant off. There you go. Now the other model, the combi bracelet model, does the exact same thing, except for the shade of the light is a little bit different. This one's really white on the left. The one on the right is a little bit different. This has a super twisted pneumatic display, so it's a better quality LCD display on this one. But they basically have all the exact same features. Both of these watches have the exact same features, except for this has a little bit better display. But it's got Bluetooth, atomic, all the other stuff. So if you're looking for your G Square and you don't mind the additional weight, one of these, man, I can't recommend this combi bracelet model enough. I love this watch. Then again, I do love the heft of the all metal. It just looks so cool, man. All right, let's cut everything back on. Tell me what y'all think, man. Do you like this one? Do you like the updated version of this? It's a great watch. Again, strap, some people it's not going to bother them at all. They're not going to care. But I notice things like that. I always have. I'm really, really nitpicky with everything that I buy. I really inspect it. And that's really the only drawback. But even then, guys, it's comfortable. I mean, this back portion right here, whatever they've done, it's incredibly comfortable. It's just a little stiff. It doesn't give you any sort of room to kind of move around. And the watch sits on your wrist just a little bit funny. So instead of sitting flat like that, it always sits kind of tilted up just a little bit, which drives me a little nuts. So I can never get it just to sit flat, centered on my wrist. It always tilts up a little bit like that. So I don't know if there's something I can do to change that. If y'all know of a trick, please let me know. So guys, it's been about it for this one. One thing I forgot to tell you is that this has a white LED backlight instead of that green electroluminescent of the last model. So the last model, again, was the 3159. This is the 3495 module. And the 3459 is the one that I have in the all stainless steel. And then I think this is the 30, what is it, something 61? What is this one? This is the 3461. And again, this has a little bit kind of a darker light, and it has a doesn't have that really good display that the all metal does. So anyway, so research, there are tons of these different upgraded models from G-Shock right now. All of them don't have Bluetooth, but you've got them on different straps, combi bracelets, all metal Caseback, negative LCD display, which just drives me crazy, but some people like it. You have multiple different versions of this watch that you can get. This just happens to be the lightest version. It's actually not the most expensive. The one with the screw-in Caseback, that's the most expensive because it's got a metal case. So anyway, there you go. So guys, you can get this on Amazon for between around $275 to $300. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field for you. And as always, man, I got some good stuff coming up, so make sure you stay tuned and make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. It really does help us YouTubers out when you do it. If you want to support us, man, that really, really helps out all of our analytics. So make sure you like and subscribe if you like my content, and I really hope you do. And guys, that's it, man. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.